Hello there. Welcome to Paranormal Experience with Kat Hobson. I am so glad you're here. And I'm going to tell you, I know we're a few minutes late, but it happens. And if that's the worst thing that goes wrong today, I've had a good day. So you're going to have to excuse me because we're doing a different, I'm on an iPad because Carl liked it last week and wanted me to give it a shot. And I am. I just don't know where to look. But I'm so excited because my guest tonight is somebody I really admire a lot. And she has had a day. So her being here is such a gift. And I'm just am blown away by her professionalism and her kindness. And her name is Lesley Hyde, and she is the CEO of Southern Ghost Girls. That is a paranormal tour and investigation company, and we met years ago at Old South Pittsburgh. And I really enjoyed them. They're very theatrical. They are in antebellum dress. They are really good investigators. Leslie has done television as well. So I'm going to let her tell you about that because I think it's kind of cool. But mainly, thank her for being here because she really has had to hit the ground flying, and she's so nice. I offered to put this off and she is a trooper. She said, "No, we're going to do it." So we're going to do it because you know what? If she's willing, I'm ready. So let's welcome Leslie Hyde.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? Besides, I know how you are.
Today's been crazy. I just ran in from work. I'm gonna have to run back after this, but I'm good. I have been going full blast as usual. They call me like Superwoman. I never stop, but I have been going full blast since, gosh, I don't even know, probably last year, the end of last year or something, and I haven't had a break. But I'm doing good. I'm alive. I'm kicking. I'm good.
And you kick pretty hard too, so that's all good. So, you know, one of the things that I have been so impressed by is the fact that I know that you run a business, and I know that you're a mom, and I know that you're a busy mom. So the fact that you take the time out to do this second business, and it really is one, is terrific. And I have investigated with paranormal companies in the past, and it's not always a lot of fun. Everything I hear, and I haven't been to any of your tours yet because I was going to try to get with you down in Gulf Shores, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get there. But I investigated there recently. So I am excited to hear what you find. But you really are wide open with the choke out.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy.
it,
And
it is crazy. Everybody's like, when do you sleep? I thank goodness I don't require a lot of. Actually, I think I slept 4 hours last night. Um, I've always been this way. I go, 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 and I'm really busy. Like I said, I'm an insurance agent
mhm,
during the day. I have been in insurance for 33 years. So if you
no
need some,
way.
so I'm going to give it a plug. If you need some insurance, give me a call. All of my fellow paranormal people, because not everybody thinks, an insurance agent should be a paranormal investigator too. So, hey, come on. If you need some insurance, call me up. I'm a
Yeah.
state, I'm a state farm agent, 20530.
Love State Farm. That's our insurance company.
Just let me
So,
at Lesley Hyde. But no, I have the full time agency and employees and an office and everything. And yes, I'm a mom, single mom, and dog mom, dog mom to 4 dogs and cats. And we have a little zoo here. And
you
then,
do.
yes, and then I have the paranormal investigation team, the Southern Ghost Girls, which
Yes.
started out as just a small hobby. And it's been a while now, 2018, and then it just exploded. So it's been wide open. Well, it's always been crazy, but it has.
Right.
It's been nonstop since 2018. I guess I kind of brought something new to Alabama that had not really been done, and we do the paranormal investigations at different venues, and then we also do murder mystery dinners, which that seems to be the hot thing going right now.
I've heard people love that.
Hmm.
And I think that's cool that you do that too.
Well, and it's really it's cool that it's two different things. But how this all came about is we were doing the paranormal investigations at the different historic venues that we investigate at. But they were like asking me, "Gosh, you're bringing in so many people. Is there anything else you do for a little different kind of type of customer?" And I said, "Well, I've always wanted to. I love investigations like murder mysteries, so we started
Right.
that." And honestly, it's about half and half. I mean, it's murder mystery dinners, and you have a certain kind of customer there.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you've got the paranormal investigations, ghost hunts, ghost walks, and you've got that kind of customer. Sometimes they blend together, but the hottest thing right now are the murder mysteries. I'm getting a lot of calls,
I'm
and,
sure.
and thank goodness. I mean, I praise God every day. Thank you for sending work my way, so that we can do this. So yeah. I just need to slow down, probably.
Well, how many are on your team?
Well, it varies. And here's the deal. We had about, I'm going to say there was like 10 people on the team 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then we, everybody started having babies.
That'll do it.
Southern Ghost Girls. So
Yes.
we had, I mean, there was like four of the team members were in their late 20s. And they all have gotten pregnant and had babies. So, and I understand, they really don't have time as a brand new mom to do a lot of the investigating. I
Right.
told them, I'm like, come back, come back and get out. You got to do some stuff, something for yourself.
Well, that's true. And it's really important. And especially first time moms don't get that,
No, and
but it's really important.
you got to have some space. But it's funny. So we're down. We have some of the original members. Sherry is still, with us.
Mhm.
But we've actually got a couple of guys now that
That's
are
not a bad idea.
Southern Ghost Girls and a guy. That's what we always
Yes.
think about. And no, but they've been good. Zach and Mark, they've been helping, and it's been good. And we've literally been so busy. Like, I have to have one crew one place, and we'll have another crew somewhere else. So
Wow.
it's been a lot. But people need to raise money, so we take the work.
I get that. I used to work for the American Cancer Society in their state office, and they always need money.
so,
I,
so yeah, the girls, we've seen some girls come and go, and different, they've moved. I mean, I lost Michaela moved to Florida,
oh,
and I really loved Michaela. She was really a great
and I
investigator,
remember her. She was a great investigator.
and she moved to Florida, and so she's down there with Mickey and Minnie now. um but I've said, come back if you can, if you're ever up in Alabama or Georgia. Um but yeah, it's been pretty much Ghost Girls and Guys now. And I'm like, am I going to have to change my name? I mean, I don't,
Nah.
I don't know. But the guys,
Just girls and gentlemen, right?
we're really not girls. So anyway,
Well, I think that I think it's fun. And if you ever need a spare, just let me know. I will come investigate with you anytime.
For real.
But
We're going to Gulf Shores this weekend.
I know because
So,
I did. I just investigated the house a couple of months ago. We just went in one day, and the historical society there. I love Bon Secure anyway,
yes.
and so and just so you know, um, the tin top now has a raspberry um,
Oh,
creme brulee
the
for their
tip
desserts.
top is so good. It
Yes,
is
it is.
good. It's so good. It's for Sunday brunch. Is really, really.
Hmm. Yes, it
But
is.
we'll be back there this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Um, it's a magnificent place, and
Yes.
we've gotten and documented. I mean, it's on film, it's recorded. We have documentation of, we think it's Mr. Coles who's
Hmm.
in the house, Swift Coles. Every time we started hearing a knock, like a knock,
Yes.
and every time we would ask Mr. Coles, would you knock it? I need to actually post that on
You
Facebook.
should. I'd love
Because
to see it.
I think I'll do that tonight, because talking about this weekend. But we got that, and then so we went into one of the guest bedrooms. It's one of the bedrooms where apparently a woman died of poisoning.
Mm.
She This piece of plywood was sitting there, and every time you would ask him to move the plywood, it would move and knock. So that was really interesting. Um, I spent the night in the house.
Yeah.
I spent the night and didn't have anything happen. Not one thing. We didn't get any evidence. But then there's been other times where we did definitely get some EVPs of a little girl's voice
Hmm.
in the upstairs bedroom. Um, and then there's just a lot of other evidence that we captured in the downstairs bedroom, um,
Yes.
where where the Swifts lived, and the matriarch of the family, her bedroom. So it's a
Isn't
really,
that beautiful, though?
it's incredible. I tell everybody, you really need to come join us. I don't know if this weekend will be a very big group or not. It's kind of off season, but
Have you advertised down in Gulf Shores?
oh, I've advertised. Yeah, I've been advertising. We've been advertising, but I know.
Because the snowbirds are in.
Yes, I know. Well, last
So,
last year in February we did it, and we had probably 50 people. It was crazy, but this year
well,
we're struggling. But I
it's Mardi Gras,
but
and
it
it's parade week too.
I think people have been Mardi Gras out and Valentine's out, and it's just like they need a break. But it's
Yeah,
fine. I mean, even if it's just a small group, I mean, that may
that
even.
might actually be more productive as
I,
far as the evidence goes too.
I wish I could raise more money for them, but it's
I
just.
know.
But I think the small groups are good. Of course, they're good.
Do you have psychics on your team?
The psychics, yes, yes. Well, I mean, I consider myself a medium. So,
Right.
um, and then everybody on the team mostly has gifts.
Hmm.
Um, we're pretty intuitive, everybody, when we get together. There may be one or two that will say they don't really have, but I also believe everyone is psychic. Everyone has psychic
Yes.
mediumship abilities. They just choose to block them off.
Yes. I would agree with that. And a lot of times, people that have them are so afraid of them. And a lot of times, their families are equally or more so afraid of them.
Yes.
And, in our neck of the woods, those are the people that wind up going into a sanitarium somewhere, or they just put you in a rocking chair and people come to talk to you. You know, You're just the oddity in the family. But
I know. I mean, at our investigations, we'll have people, come up, and that in our investigations. I mean, I'm gonna brag on them. They're good. I mean, we really try to make everybody that's there feel so comfortable and can ask questions and open mind. And we tell people this: be comfortable. If you're feeling this way, let us know. We really,
mhm,
really go above and beyond. And I'll have people come up to me all the time afterwards, and they're like, "Can I tell you something? I dreamed that." They'll tell their story, and they're like, "But I tried to tell my mom or something, and she said I was
yeah.
crazy." But I don't understand. Ooh, my light went out. I don't understand. Oh, look, it's paranormal.
Hey, trust me, weird stuff happens all the time. So I would
but
not doubt it.
I don't understand why people. I don't know. I hope that our world changes and people open their minds more and start paying attention to the spirit world and listening to their guides and angels, and it probably would be a much better place.
I think it would too. I know that my world is a much better place when I stop trying to do everything myself and listen to them, because I might be prone to just be very hands on with stuff sometimes.
Right.
And I want to say hi to Irene in chat too. So she is coming in long distance, as it were. But it really is such a big deal, because you have spirit guides, you have family guides, and and you also have, I feel, guides that are just assigned to you. You're like their job. And I feel like that is very, I mean, it's such a gift to have them. And they're trying, I mean, I have been saved from a lot of stupidity because of my guides, right?
Right.
And so, it's such a big deal to have that relationship, because it should be a relationship.
Yeah.
But and sometimes, if I mean, you go into older places, and have you been to the Drury House or the Drish House in Tuscaloosa?
Oh yeah. 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 We've spent the night there several times. We've done
That
investigations.
place is so cool.
We've done some public paranormal investigations there. We've done probably about 8. I took a break, and we're going to go back, I believe, in May.
Well, I may want to go back there with you when you do that, because I had no kidding, I had my voice recorder, because I have a lot of them, but I think it was my Zoom recorder that balances, or I think it was smaller than that. But anyway, we're sitting there, and obviously the bar next door is still making noise and stuff at that time. But um, I'm filming, and my recorder is just rocking,
Hmm.
and it was sitting on a desk upstairs and in the office up there. And I was just like, does anybody else see that? I mean, I'm filming it, but I still would like verification that I'm seeing it, right? And I was just with our team. We were just doing that to do it. And I think there were some guests there too. But anyway, it was the most bizarre thing I've had there. I've never seen anything like that there. So, I mean, and it was just standing up by itself. And it didn't fall,
That's weird.
which I would have thought it would, given the motion that it was making. And it was the most bizarre thing. I love that house. I think
Yeah,
it's so pretty.
it's incredible. It's another one, and it was part of the 13 Alabama Ghost and Jeffrey
Hmm.
series, and Mr.
Yeah.
Mystery. But we spent the night there. Well, we've done. I mean, like I said, we've probably done about 8 paranormal public investigations there.
Hmm.
And on the public, we got some good evidence, but we really got some good evidence when we spent the night.
Yeah.
We heard like scratching outside like on the door. Like we were in the bride's room, they call it,
Hmm.
like the female
Yeah.
side, and you could hear like scratching on the door. Now, of course, everybody was like freaking out, but
Yeah.
you heard footsteps come up. Now, none of us got it recorded, which is so sad because it was in the middle of the night. Like we were
Well,
literally,
sure. Yeah, you weren't looking for that.
but we did get recorded the Whistler. And there is a Whistler.
Yes.
Did y'all hear the Whistler?
Yes.
So the Whistler is,
The Whistler is real.
and like we would be downstairs near the stairwell, and you'll hear, just it's so weird. And it
Yeah.
sounds like it's coming from like the kitchen area or something, but we've walked all over the place trying to debunk it, trying to find out,
Yeah.
it's,
Checking windows. We checked
yeah.
windows and stuff. I mean, because I couldn't find a reason.
No, but the Whistler is there. We have him recorded, for sure. And oh my goodness, my dog is. I'm gonna have to go let him out.
That's okay.
He's knocking on the door. But one weird thing that happened to us there was we spent the. I was not there. I'm sorry, I was not there that night. But some other team members spent the night, and the next morning, Nika, the owner, called and she said, "Hey, were y'all in our office?" And I was thinking, well, no, nobody would have went in the office.
Right.
Everybody just was sleeping, on the couch or floor. And she said that the limousine company that was across the street said that someone was playing with the blinds in the office
Yeah.
and lifting them up and down, up and down. And I asked the three girls that were, that had spent the night, I was like, did y'all go in the office? I mean, we know going to the office, that's off limits.
Right.
And they were like, no, what happened? And so I told them about that the blinds kept going up and down. So, so that's a really cool place. And then when we do our public investigations, we'll be there, I think May 9th. I think so. That's the date. But we go to the graveyard that the Drishes are buried.
Right.
And we investigate around their grave. And using our mag lights, especially the mag lights in REM pod, we'll ask questions, and we've got right on relevant answers. Blink the flashlight 2 times if Miss Drish is here. I mean, are you angry at Mr. Drish? Did you really push him down the stairs?
Are you sorry you did it?
So
No.
the grave,
So,
if you get a chance, there's Greenwood, I believe, graveyard. It's cemetery, I mean. It's just right downtown Tuscaloosa. And they have a very unassuming tombstone for someone that, had such a grandiose house and, everything. Their tombstone is very small and just nondescript, you know. Let me put my dog out. Hold on one second.
absolutely. Take your time.
Just give me a minute.
I can chat.
Come on.
So I know y'all are interested in the Drish House is in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and it is so pretty. And there's all kinds of activity that happens there. So I think it'll be fun. I may go on that. You never know. But I think I love this because she's from Northern Alabama. And so she's got more up there. I've got a lot down here. And I think it's interesting when you get to compare notes and stuff like that.
I'm back.
And there you are. That was fast, girl.
Well, I put them out. I hope they're not going to start wanting to come back in. But anyway.
Well, we're down to 2 dogs now. We usually have 4, but we have 2 right now. And so I completely understand. And I have had dogs join the show often. So,
Well, I've got another one sitting here, and this morning I actually we could do a lot of animal advocacy work, and I was fostering a puppy, and I took her um, to Georgia to give to her forever home.
Oh my gosh.
And I drove back. So it's been nuts today.
So that's what you were doing in Atlanta?
Yes.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
so the lady, she is her name's Cynthia Bacon, and she's kind of like my spiritual counselor. She's a psychic medium, and she does quantum healings. So I do
Really?
a lot of work with her, and she does a lot of energy, healing work. And it's very strange how this all come about. But Nyla, the little puppy, um, we rescued her. She was left to die out in the freezing cold,
Oh
and
my word.
got her. And I showed Cynthia, and Cynthia was like, "That's my dog. I had just literally dreamed about that dog last night, and she's never had a dog. This is what's so crazy."
Oh my word.
She's
That's
like,
so cool.
so she's older, but she's never had a dog. She's always had cats. So her and
Boy, and
Nyla,
she started with a puppy.
yes, I mean, and Nyla is crazy and teething.
Oh,
So
did you take Bones with you?
we took tons of toys. She's got, and I cried. I'll be honest, I cried today. I'm not a good foster mom that just lets them
I'm
go.
not a good foster mom. They all say. Just I'm terrible. I can't, which is why we don't, because and that's why I don't visit the pound. And that's why, I mean, we we got our the two that we have. One of them is a mini Aussie, and he was free because the lady was giving him away free on Facebook. You know what could have happened to that dog.
Oh yeah,
So my husband saw him, and he was like, "Well, we need to get him." And I was like, "We do not need another dog right now." So we got him. But and he is the cutest little mini Aussie. He had papers and everything, and she was just giving him away. So and now Tipper was our only dog, and I just wanted I missed my lab. I wanted a bigger dog.
hmm,
And David found this dog, and he looked like a gold. He looked like an Aussie, a golden Aussie. And so Tipper's black and white. Well, he's tricolor. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But we went to visit Wally, and I could ride him. I could ride him. And he's like 70 something pounds. And he is a golden retriever Aussie mix.
oh,
And he is so pretty, and he still has his tail. And he is like, "Groom, groom, groom, groom," you know.
for the play.
And I'm going to tell you, he was damaged. He was hurt when they found him. They drug him out from under a trailer. He had a big wound. And when I met him, I just sat down with him. I was like, "I'm safe. I am safe." And he just kind of looked at me, and then he was like, "Okay, you can have me." And so he and Tipper get along. It's funny when they get the zoomies because they're like, Mutt and Jeff,
Right.
and and they are just like all around the backyard. I'm just like, oh my God, don't fall on Tipper, don't fall on Tipper. And so far, he's never caught a squirrel yet, and we're working really hard for that to stay the rule. And you know, but he knows when there's something happening in the house because he goes to it. And mainly it's dogs because we've lost 7 dogs and 6 dogs. But it's Wally's 8th. But it's just kind of like it's okay. They're here. They're
Okay.
just play with them. Just play. They'll play. But it's wild because I've seen one of my dog's ghosts. Her name was Willow, and she was a Spitz mix with the little tail and everything. She was solid white. And I was coming in from the backyard one day. I've been working out there, and Willow just came down the hall and did the dog leg into the kitchen. And
Oh,
I was like, but she wasn't white, she was gray.
wow.
And I was like, did I just see that? Doing what I do, I'm still questioning it, right? Because it was so perfectly clear.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we get a lot of dog activity here
Well,
because they were all rescues, so we were their safe place.
I do think the dog, I mean, I definitely think each dog has its own soul. And
Hmm.
I really think they're little angels that are sent here. Like
Yeah,
they, us, the
I
ones
think so.
up, and they find us and they stay with us. And
Hmm.
I have, they're all rescues, every one of them.
Right? Yes.
They're a crew, let me tell you. But I have Theo, and he's a standard poodle, and he's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, he is a 80-pound red royal standard.
Oh, he's red.
Yes, and
Oh,
he
they're
uh
so pretty.
he just turned 10 on Valentine's Day, and I've had him since he was 1. And we talk about people. I just, I don't understand people. I'm just, especially
Mm-mm.
ones that don't see animals with, the love and light and angelic beings they are.
Yeah.
But his owner, I mean, this Theo she paid, I believe, $6,000 for him. And he was from Idaho, and he had his mom and dad were like champion dog show poodles. And this lady here in Alabama had purchased Theo as a puppy, and then they did a test on him to see if he could possibly have hip dysplasia with, the AKC. I guess that when they get a certain age, they have to get registered. I don't know.
Ah,
But on the test, it said that he could possibly have hip dysplasia. Okay. So she didn't want him then. She did not want him. And she told the vet to euthanize him. A $6,000 one
oh my God.
standard poodle. Now, and so there goes my light again. So the whole weird thing about it was I've always wanted a poodle ever since I was a little girl. But I mean, I'm not going to go buy a six
I
thousand.
understand. Yeah.
And the vet, I had just had surgery or something, and the vet called and said, Lesley, um, do you want a poodle, like a standard poodle? I know you've always wanted one. And I'm like, yes. And he's like, I have one, but I need you to come get it right now. So I literally was still not even supposed to be driving. I don't think. I don't even remember how I got. I think maybe my mom took me to the vet, but we got Theo, and she was going to euthanize him and have it as a tax write off because she was a breeder.
Oh dear gosh.
And I'm just not understanding. I mean, I can't get inside people's heads like that.
Well, it's a good thing that you can't. I mean, because that's bad.
But people do
I'm
this.
sorry. I know. I
Nuts.
don't understand it either. And I want to
Um,
say hi to April. Hey, April.
hello.
But I don't get that either. I don't understand why anybody would even contemplate that because you can place them. She
It
could have certainly gone out and placed that dog.
it was just about money for her.
Hmm.
It was, well, I'm not gonna be able to breed him now, so let's euthanize him, tax write off, lost. And I've had him now 10 years. Now the really sad part too is Theo. They cut his vocal cords out. Somebody did. He can't bark. So this
Was
was.
that a surgery or was that through his breeding?
I'm assuming through his surgery. I mean, through his surgery, because this person had poodles, all these poodles, and when I went, I mean, I was just like, she must have all these poodles. She don't want to hear them barking, and I guess somebody cut the dog's vocal cords out. So that's my Theo.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
That's a little bit of a sick individual, though.
that's what I'm saying. I can't get into these people's heads. Cause
Aren't
I,
you glad though? Because that would be such a sad place to be.
yes,
Because that's inhuman.
it is. I mean,
I mean, that's somebody that would go out and drown a litter of puppies because they were the wrong color.
exactly. And but I mean, what? I mean, I'm not getting it. So, but I do believe all of our pets that we have, everybody's, you're meant to be. I mean, like
Hmm.
psychically, that I mean, they find you. You're supposed to be
Yes,
that certain dog at that certain time in your life, and they're just like little angels.
they are. And well, when we lived in Georgia, um, I had a rot, and it's a miracle because a rottie, people would always put them out because we lived in the country, and
Yeah.
so people would
There goes my
bring
life.
their dogs out and dump them. And so this rottie came up, and I was just like, I had kids, and I'm like, oh no. And it was the nicest dog, the nicest dog. And we had a burglar who would come, and that dog was good with that. And that burglar wound up killing him. But because the burglar would come and come and come, it was ridiculous. I don't know who it was. Obviously, they knew us. But so yeah, I guess it was a stalkerish kind of thing. But they came in the house too. But that was the best dadgum dog, and all the rest, because the family lived on this farm, right? So everybody else were like, "That's a dangerous animal." I said, "Not really." I mean, he decided he was mine, and he would, if I was out on the porch, he was outside on the porch. If I was in the house, he was laying across my feet. If my kids were out, he was watching them. I mean, he didn't do anything really except let me know when somebody was outside.
Well,
So
uh, yeah. I mean, some of the scary ones, they're really sweethearts. So,
yeah. Well, gentle giants, you know, that's a real thing.
but I do.
So
So they just do so much. I mean, like I've any hard times you have. I mean, you can just lean on lean on them
you
for
can. And
love.
oh, April said that she has a Saint Bernard poodle mix they got for $50. As they were bred to be emotional support animals for special needs kids, and she has special needs kids. So did that work out for you, April? I bet it did. So it's just so astounding, and they know when my spirit dogs are here. And you know one of the reasons that I wanted a big dog is because I lost my lab. She was 14 and had diabetes, and she
Mm.
just died. And it was, you know, it's, there's just something about a lab. And so that's actually what I really wanted, but I didn't want to go back through the puppydom of that because that's a lot of work. And I'm not as young as I was then. But
It's a
it
lot.
was, it is a lot because labs eat everything. And
Yes.
then you have to get it out. And you know detachable bra straps. When she was little, my girls cheered, so there were always bra straps laying around everywhere. And because we kept having to get bras because the bra straps disappeared. But all kinds of things that she would eat, and she wound up being a really cool dog.
My light.
And
Oh no,
I
sorry.
see, it's okay. It's probably just wacky doodleness.
I need to get some work done in here. Well, I had a black lab, Jocko, and then I have Poochie, who is part black lab. He's on the couch right here, right in front of me. But when Jocko, yes, like you were saying, like he chewed everything,
Yes.
and I swear to you, I mean, if you come to my house, there is not one piece of furniture that.
Yes.
And I mean, I know some people that just freaks people out. They're like they have to have a pristine everything, and oh no, there's. I mean,
That
every
ship sailed, girl, if you've got a part lab puppy. I mean, that's
everything
it.
is chewed, got a hole in it. And I'm like, there's no reason to get rid of it. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, believe me, I mean, I have
Well,
not,
I get that.
but
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 yeah,
I
there
mean, you can't get rid of it because it's just going to happen to the new one.
exactly. Why would I move
So,
$5,000 for a new couch and a chair? You know,
yeah.
because honestly, uh, Nala, the little puppy I was fostering, she bit my toes. Yeah, I have little puncture wounds all over my toes. And
Oh,
she,
girl.
yeah, because I mean, she would just
Puppy
come.
teeth.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you should see it, but I mean, my toes are kind of fat looking. And
Well,
but I,
because they're injured on top
I
of
know, like
everything.
she thought they were like sausages or something. And I even wear flip flops in the wintertime. I don't
I
like,
do. I
yeah,
live in Birkenstocks.
so I don't like
So,
those shoes. But yeah, puppyhood is rough.
but puppyhood is also fun for spirits. I mean, because they get off on that,
Oh yeah,
or mine in my house do, because they're all family. But it is funny because I have seen them. I've seen the dogs react to them, and Tipper's nervous. The little Aussie, he's a freak, right? Because he just has bad nerves from the family that he was with before.
yeah.
But yeah, he'll just be like, "Oh my god, what
But
is
you
that?"
tell that they see the spirits.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure because Kylie was my lab's name, and Max and Willow were my older dogs. And when um when Kylie when they passed away, Kylie missed them really badly. And so you would see them. And it was just like, yeah, okay. And I have not seen her. I have felt her. And I have seen some of her behaviors left behind. When when you walk into the living room, there's something, a blanket messed up or whatever. But it's just so bizarre.
Well, I feel like
So
I don't have any ghost dogs here. Um, I don't feel anything in this house. Uh,
yeah.
but I've had three three dogs pass away since I've lived here. And that's my problem. I always get the same dogs that are like the same age. So they
Right.
all pass away. But I had Chinook and Jocko and Ariel, but I really haven't seen them. I mean, I haven't felt them at all.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you can still sense the dogs there. That's good.
Well, it was the biggest trip of all of that was when I saw Willow that day. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
it was just, yeah. I mean, she was just walking down the hall and then cut into the kitchen, which was what she would do. And I was just like, but we were her only safe home.
Mm,
I mean, it was so bad that the vet had gone and gotten her from her home,
awful people.
took her away. Yeah. And so my sister-in-law and her husband at the time were fostering her. And when I walked in the door, she ran over and jumped on the couch and just leaned on me like, "Where have you been?" And Judy said, "You're taking her home because she has done nothing but pace for 2 weeks. And she's sitting down and loving on you. So
Mm.
she is your dog." So, and that's how I got her. And we only had Max at the time. So I'm going to tell you, it was love because David had just got me a little Cabrio convertible. and it was warm and gorgeous. And I had to drive home from Gulf Shores with the top up. So
Mm.
I did love that dog.
You
So, you know,
they're,
but,
they're
and it was New Year's and it was warm enough to have the top down.
I
And I
mean,
still had to drive home with it up.
yeah, I would take Jocko. I have a Mustang convertible, and I would take Jocko and Chinook when they were alive. They'd be riding in the back seat of the convertible. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I all of my dogs now, all four of them are 10. They're all like 10 years old. So
You
I
did it again.
go through it again. I mean, yeah, because like when they passed, I and they all passed like within a year and a half time. As the
Yeah.
other dogs started finding me.
Yeah.
But I haven't had anything. I don't. Yeah, I think they're up in heaven. They're not here at all.
Yeah. Well, I think probably because ours were all, you know, from kind of rougher situations. Max wasn't. Max was, we got him as a puppy at the pound. So he had not had that, abusive thing yet. We got him before somebody could. But, everybody else came from kind of weird,
Situation.
Max was the pound. Willow was the situation in Gulf Shores. Bernie was a pound, but he wasn't. My daughter wanted him for her dog and then decided that he needed to be with us. I was like, thank you so much. So we had Bernie, who was wonderful. He was a Shih Tzu mix. He was like a log. And then, it's just really weird because then we got Kylie and she wasn't supposed to be mine, but wound up being mine. And she was my best friend for 14 years, right? So they're all my best friends, but she was my baby.
Like the
And
baby.
then, yeah. And then, got a dog named Little who was just perfect. And he ate something and it did not end well for him.
Oh, that's
And then it's terrible. But I mean, I had taken him to the vet and then taken Tipper out for a walk. We were on our way back to go to the car, and the vet called and said that he had just died.
oh,
So that was like, oh dear God. So then we just had Tipper, and he was getting paranoid, right? Like, oh my God. So we got Wally. And Wally was just a meant to be guy because I did not know he was that big, but
oh, he's big.
he's big.
Well,
So
my
be careful what you put out in the universe too. I want a big dog. Okay, well here's a horse,
crazy. Well, like Cynthia, I mean, it's a long story, but us spiritual, psychic, medium people with that we it's crazy. But so I had a cockatiel,
Mhm.
well, cockatiels, and Tater. We had adopted him. He just got really sick. I'd taken him to the doctor. I mean I and he had they did an X-ray. He had all these little bladder stones, and
Oh,
it was really weird. And then he went downhill really fast. And Tater and Lacey would stay in the bedroom across the hall there. And this dog apparently was outside. The puppy was. Someone put the puppy out to literally die. It was covered in feces and urine and snow and just thrown out. And these two little boys came to our house. I mean, the whole thing is like, it was meant to be, right?
right.
These two little boys up the street come and they say, hey, is that your puppy? And we were like, no, no, it's not. And they said, well, we're going to get it and go give it some milk. And I was like, what in the world? I didn't even look at the puppy because I know if I look at the puppy, what.
Yes, I do know that.
Well, well, anyway, so Tater, my cockatiel, he was dying. And I didn't know what to do. I mean, it's not like you have a dog and you can, take it to the vet and have it
Right.
down for a pain free. But I'm like, what do you do with a cockatiel? I mean, he was suffering.
Oh man.
And this went on for about, I don't know, 4 hours. It was late at night, like on a Friday night. And what do? Do you go to emergency vet? I mean, I don't know, for a cockatiel. And so, anyway, Tater passed. And I really feel that Tater sent that dog because the dog ended up back outside and Tater just passed him. We brought the puppy in.
Oh
I know that's all frou frou and y'all may think it's crazy, but I feel like Tater
no, it's
can.
it's awesome.
And then the weird thing is, Cynthia had been doing some energy work on Tater to try to help heal him. And he was doing pretty good when she was doing the work and everything. And then he just took a bad turn for the worse. And she said, "Oh my gosh, I literally dreamt of a dog last night, a puppy. And then I prayed that God would, send the right puppy to me. And I think Tater sent has somehow connected the universe, this puppy to me."
Wow.
Because it was just weird because as soon as Tater had passed, the dog shows back up in our driveway, or in the street, actually, in the leaves.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, so I was like, well, Cynthia, I guess this is your dog. She took one look at night, like, that's my dog. So, yes,
That's so cool.
that's how that came about. But I got too close to her over the 3 weeks we fostered her until I could get her to her.
Yeah.
Cried all day. I was like, but I know she's gonna be happy. I mean, Cynthia's gonna get
Yeah.
love.
It's hard though.
Yes.
And it's I get so blown away because people, and this is going to sound terrible, but it really is true. People look at paranormal people, non-paranormal people look at paranormal people and they're just kind of like, oh, well, you know, they have all these preconceptions of what the paranormal involves and whatever.
Yeah.
And when people find out that, oh, well, you do this and you do that and you love animals and and I'm like, that's a shock. I mean, what do you think I do? Stir a cauldron all day? I mean, seriously?
Yeah,
It's,
I think that's what people think. I mean, I work in the love and light, and
mhm,
um, we're faith based. I mean, like my whole group, we're faith based group. We
yeah,
and people we. I do not delve into anything dark, but so many people, and it's so unfair. Just they think I'm some kind of, yeah, like dark entity stirring a cold,
yes.
and I'm like, no, I'm not
And
really a normal person.
well, just because, I mean, you know, these gifts aren't from the dark,
No,
right?
no,
And we're created beings and we're created with what we have. And, I'll sit there and just kind of go, well, don't you know that you're just opening yourself up to, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
no.
I am not opening myself up to anything. I have protection and I am a Christian and I am not being attacked, yeah, or maybe attacked, but I also am not opening myself up to that. And it just drives me crazy sometimes.
I'm not really sure. I mean, yeah, why people. It's just I hope that it one day goes away. And I think with the younger generation, like the kids growing up, because there are so many paranormal shows and it's really out in the
Yeah.
open now. I think a lot of it will change the perception of people, because they have no right to judge. You're not supposed to judge people,
Mm-mm.
um,
Well, you're not supposed to, but I've never found that to stop people from doing it.
right. But I just think, why would God give me gifts and be
Hmm.
able to literally reach out to people and help for the good? Why would he do
Yeah.
this? I mean, this is not the devil or Satan, whatever, giving this to me.
Right.
But just some of the things for me, just I'll share a little bit. I've worked with some police departments, law enforcement agencies, on some missing persons cases. There's 4 cases that I worked on, and I literally get messages about people and where they are and what's happened to them and who accomplices are. And I feel like that, that's a strength of mine. And
Yes.
there's been 4 different departments, and every one of them I have been exact. And um, I called up one of the detectives the other day, and I kept telling him, because he had called me. There was a missing person up in
Right.
North Alabama, and he said, "What's happened to this guy?" And immediately, like, my gods, they tell me, and then I told him, and 2 weeks later, they found him exactly where I said. I mean, like, to the T, Wheeler down. I mean, how you can't get any more
You
specific.
cannot be more specific.
Wheeler down in his car, committed suicide by the dam. He said you were right. So, um, I've this whole Nancy Guthrie missing person.
Yes.
So that's really bothering me. Um, because I have been having the same reoccurring dream. I had the reoccurring dream 3 nights in a row of exactly where she is. I'm not seeing what happened to her. Well, I know what happened to her, but I can see
Yeah.
where she is, and it bothered me so much. I called the FBI number, and they hung up on me. They said, "We will not listen to this." And I was like, "I just need to tell you, there is
Yeah.
something about the road or coordinates 610. You need to look at this road." And they literally slammed the phone down on my ear. "We're not taking this. You do not have a first-hand account." And they didn't even say thank you. They just hung the phone up.
I guarantee you one of their asses was out there though. They went and found whatever that was, or they are. Yeah,
So,
that's what drives me crazy because they will work with psychics. And I know they work with them. And you know,
well,
that's crazy.
I called the detective here, well, in Alabama, that I know, that I had worked on the other missing persons, one of the pit nursing, and he's like, "If they would only talk to you, you are exact. You are right on every time." And so I think, I feel like I have this gift. I would love to improve that gift more. I would love to work more in that, area. Um, but I got so upset because they wouldn't even listen to me. But we're gonna see. We'll see if something comes out. It's a road. I see 610. I see exactly the road. I see the color of the sand. I see the pebbles. I see the plants. Everything. And I think it's a trail or a road, but it's 610. So the detective here in Alabama, he was like, "They're not going to talk to me either." So he said he didn't have any contacts out there, and but he started researching it for me, and he did find, there's not a major, but there is a road that is kind of about 100 miles east, northeast of Nancy Guthrie's house, and it's called Road 610. And we'll see what happens.
Wow. Well, maybe he could reach out to locals.
Well, he I tried to even reach out to them and they wouldn't listen to me. And he said I don't think that when the FBI gets involved with like something like this, he said they won't listen to anybody right now. So it's just going to be hard and fast rules, black and white evidence.
They have psychics they listen to.
I think maybe they might later on.
No, I mean, they work with psychics.
Well, they need to. They
So,
need to give me a call
yeah.
because I literally can see what happened, where she's at, and it's bothering me so much.
Well, it's a horrible, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. That's a horrible thing to be going through as a family. And, if her daughter wasn't famous, would we know her name?
No.
We would not, because this happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it, but it's really so sad because, you know, it's just the worst case scenario that you could ever come up with. You know,
It's
the
yeah.
way that it occurred,
Heard.
and I don't know. It's just can't charge for murder if you don't find a body. I mean, there's just so many different things, and the it has to happen. And maybe somebody, one of the people they work with, will come back with that. I have another friend in North Alabama that um, does cold case things and works with missing people things, and she has done that for ever. She's older than I am, and it's weird. We were in Gulf Shores and a child went missing in Orange Beach, and he drowned. They found him, but in the course of the search, I was with a fireman. Was it a fireman? I think it was a cop. But anyway, we were in a condo unit, and we were in a upper floor, and it looked like a murder scene. There
Hmm.
was red stuff that was turning brown all over the floor. It was a mess. And either they had pizzas or spaghetti or something, and it all spilled out of the garbage, or something happened there. And I was just like, we have to call somebody. And he was like, I am somebody, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, well, we have to report this, or just make sure that everybody's okay, because this is, it doesn't smell like spaghetti.
Just
And,
really
you
weird.
know, it was so bizarre. And so we got a call like 10 minutes later that they had found the little boy. And I was like, are you going to tell somebody about this? He was like, nope, I'm not,
Oh,
because I don't have anything to report it relevant to. I said, you can find out who's in that room. I
I
mean, you know,
well,
I,
yeah. I don't know. Being a detective, and I mean, like the detective that I spoke to the other day. I mean, being a detective, a lot of it has to do with gut instinct. um, so they need to start listening. But anyway, that
but
that
they aren't.
that whole Nancy Guthrie thing, and with
That's
me,
a horrible scenario. I can't believe you're getting something that clear.
it's well, it's even weirder. So, and I know this is God working through me, and He's wanting my voice to be heard. No, I'm not crazy either. So, but here, this is
Well, I
this,
know you're not crazy.
and
So,
this is the weird thing. So, I knew, I mean, I knew who Savannah Guthrie was, but I didn't really, ever pay her any attention, or I really didn't know who she was. I don't, um, watch TV that early in the morning. She's on the Today Show.
oh,
And
okay.
I, it was 2 weeks before, exactly 2 weeks before this happened to her mom. I woke up on a Sunday. We had a ghost hunt the night before. I was exhausted. I actually slept till about 11. And I woke up and I just reached for my phone, and there was the news break or whatever, not news break, but it may have been news break, popped up on my phone as soon as I opened it up. And it said, Savannah finds her voice. And I was like, huh, Savannah finds her voice. That's that Savannah Guthrie. I'm going to watch this video. And I clicked the video and I watched the news segment. She had had nodules on her vocal cords and she had had surgery. You know, she's in broadcasting. So, I mean, you
Hmm.
lose your voice.
Big
And,
deal.
she was losing her voice. And if you lose your voice, it's bad. And she had had surgery and she couldn't talk for 3 months. So they did like a little documentary on her not talking and then talking, for the first time.
Yeah.
And then they talked about how she is really a woman of faith and prayer and she's just light and love and she's such a good person. And I was like, huh, she really genuinely seems like a good person. Because some people in
Yeah.
broadcast media or whatever, they're not. They're not. And that was weird, wasn't it? Like that
Yeah.
random 2 weeks prior. And then 2 weeks later, I wake up on Sunday and I reach for my phone, I turn it on, and there it says Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, is missing. I was like, oh my God, that's Savannah Guthrie that I read about 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And some people would think this is just coincidence, but I don't think it's coincidence.
I don't think so. Well,
And then,
things when things are a little bit too close like that, that's not coincidence. You were just being primed to pay attention to her.
yes. And so then that's when I had the dreams 3 nights in a row. I saw exactly them going in the house, what they did, what they were wearing, what they did to her, took her out, where she is. And 610, 610 kept going over in my head. And here's the crazy thing. I woke up, and I have witnesses to this, 3 days in a row at 610. And I am not an early riser. I am not a morning person. I wait until the second that alarm clock goes off at 7:15. But why was I waking up at 6:10?
Yeah.
There is something about this. So if you're out there, if you're listening, you can talk to the FBI. Have them call me because it's just bothering me.
Right. Well,
Let my
it
dog
would.
hold on 1 second.
Okay. In April, I do know the primary guide. When she gets back, we'll talk about that.
Come on, guys. Okay, I'm back. And then my light's gonna go off, and I'm gonna turn it back on. There's a short in this light. It's not your normal flickering, I promise.
Oh, well, I thought it was. That's what I was rolling with. Oh my gosh. Hello.
This is Theo, my standard poodle.
Hello, Theo.
Say hello, Mama's boy. I love you too.
No doubt.
So he just had his birthday, 10 years old, February 14th.
Oh,
So
and he's so cute.
he
Well,
is.
we have a question from
Okay.
April,
Okay.
and she said, do you know the names of your guides? And I know my lead guide, but do you know your guides?
This is so weird, but I have never named the gods. I don't have names for them.
I
I know
just asked one day.
I feel like it's a name, and you're gonna really think this is nuts. It's like a Middle Eastern name. I see it kind of starting with an A.
I don't think that's weird because somebody had told me to ask before I went to sleep. And, you know, when you wake up, it'll be there. And the first time I did that, I got a name. And I'm like, that's weird. That's not right. So I, I did it again. I asked again. And I was like, I just want to be sure because, I don't want to be rude and call you the wrong thing.
Right, right.
And so I got the same word.
Well,
And
I
I
get,
thought, there is no way. It's Algonquin.
huh,
And
different language too. Then,
yeah, it's
like,
I thought it was saying Algonquin like the Indians, right?
hmm,
In Northern America. And Algonquin is, and this is so weird because I've researched and we couldn't find anything else about it. And I said something to my dad about, have you ever heard of Algonquin? He's like, yeah, it's the name of a park in Brussels.
huh,
Like, what? And
huh,
his best friend was from Brussels. And when they would go to France, they would go to Brussels also and visit his family. And then they'd go down into uh, France. And that was a trip that he and my stepmom and John and Rosalie did every year. But it was just like, that's just weird. That's a very specific word that you would know. So what's up with that, Dad?
so,
you know.
well, I, well, I know this sounds weird too, but everybody's gonna think I'm. But I feel like my guide is like it's like a motherly figure, and she's Middle Eastern, but it's like
Mhm.
speaks to me, but I can translate it, and that has been happening to me since I was 6. I mean, if you'll watch any other podcast or whatever, I talk about that, and it's very comforting. She's very comforting, and she it's kind of like everything's okay, when I get stressed out, and um I will literally get messages from her, but it's like a weird language, but yet I know
Mhm.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
that is kind of unusual, though.
so that's been going on since I was 6.
Have you ever heard anybody else speak in that language?
It just sounds like a Middle Eastern language. Um and that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, people, I mean, if reincarnation is possible, then I mean,
Mhm.
another life. I mean, I don't know. We don't know the exact answers to any
And
of
we don't even have. I mean, we don't even know if we're close, right?
them.
So,
I just,
let's see.
possibilities out there. We just keep our minds open. Was this someone, in another lifetime, that was my mother, or
Mhm.
then my God? I mean, what is, who is this person? Um, but yes. And I get kind of a name, but it starts with an A, but I can't really even pronounce it.
Yeah,
But
that's how I was with that. Because it's not an around here name. I mean, it's not something we hear. So I think that's interesting. But I've never gotten another name. So I just figured she must be the lead.
so yeah, I think this one's the lead for me. It's kind of like Aaliyah or something like that. I feel, but
Yeah.
no, exactly.
Well, that would fit in with that region, though, because that is a Middle Eastern name.
It's just so weird, and I know to me, like the Middle Eastern, like the flutes, and like their music,
Hmm.
very soothing, very soothing.
Yeah.
That culture's music. If you put it on, like in ancient Egypt, like music, I'll sometimes like put that on to kind of go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know. We have to just keep our mind open, and we are who we are.
Well, and, it's never boring. And April says that she's asked in meditation when talking to guides, but she only hears angel names. And she said Ariel was the first name I heard, but she might have heard it wrong.
Well,
Yeah, it's hard to know. But, I thought for sure that I was hearing mine wrong. I thought, that's not. there's no way. I've never heard that word. And because I hadn't. And it's hard to, because of our human brain, the way that we look at things, it's a whole different mindset
Mm.
as just an average person on the street versus when you're actually opening yourself up and you're just kind of like, okay, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this.
Well,
But
and I feel like more people than not have these things happening.
mhm,
They just don't talk about it. It's
yeah.
just suppressed, and if you say stuff, people will think you're crazy, and you'll be put in the hospital. So,
Or, that would be or just turned loose on, the public. But, it's so funny because, not gonna lie, um, I lost both my parents kind of quick together, and then, wound up being my mom's person when I wasn't who she wanted to be that person, right? Her cousin was designated for that because she thought it would be too much. And then her cousin abdicated and just disappeared with all her money.
oh,
But yeah, really nice lady. But she has Alzheimer's, so that's an excuse for everything. But recently I thought I did, right? Because my memory went to crap. Everything was just so bizarre. And it was very quick. And so I went to get tested because I have a family history and I was paranoid, right?
hmm,
And I wasn't able to focus like when I was investigating or if I'm reading or whatever I'm doing was just like, whoa. So I went and got tested and they were like, oh, nope, you don't have any markers for Alzheimer's, but you do have extreme adult ADHD.
hmm.
And women postmenopausal stop producing collagen, and the brain needs collagen to juice it up. So I'm eating all the collagen
You're,
lately,
you're taking.
but I'm taking medication and stuff too, and it's so weird because one of the medications I sat back and I was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna take this. We'll see what happens. And I told my husband later, I was like, there is nothing in my head. And he was like, well, I've been saying that for years. I said, shut up. But I don't have thoughts. I mean,
That are like racing.
nothing. I mean, I'm not doing word games in my head. I'm not solving equations in my head. I'm not, writing the great American novel in my head. I mean,
Right.
nothing is happening in my head. And it was the strangest thing. I thought that I broke, right? And turns out that's how most people live every day. I was just like, how are you not thinking all these things all the time? What are you accomplishing in life? And so it was so funny because since I started taking medication, I can actually solve just a puzzle, right? I don't have to be doing everything all at once, all in one, da, 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 and it's so bizarre to become, but it also helps interact more with spirit because I can hear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but I would bet $100 that I have it because my mind does race
Yeah.
all the time. It just races all the time, like I have 10 million things. But I mean, I do actually have 10 million things going on in my life that I'm trying
Yeah,
to
you do.
juggle. But yes, I probably do have it, but I don't even know if I could function not being how I am. If it calmed me, I might
Well,
freak out.
the thing, because when I was raising kids, it was a it was a good thing, right? Because I was the guy said I probably had it my entire life, but the lack of collagen just escalated everything. Just but because I was like you when I was younger, I was like 200 miles out. I had two girls, soccer, cheerleading, dance line. My son was athletics and then car guy and then married and, everybody happy and all this stuff and ducks in a row. And, you know, half the time I didn't even know whose ducks they were, but they were getting in my row and we were all going out the door doing what we needed to do, right? Because I had all these extra kids. And it was just, I sit back now and look at it, and you will too, probably, and you're just like, oh, I'm working, you know, and it was just like, how the hell did I do that? I have no idea how I did that. And it's a good thing that I hadn't already gotten into this whole full blown mode because it was just like bizarre. But I understand because you don't have time to be thinking about stuff like that when you're trying to raise kids and have a business or two and do all the things that life demands that you do, especially as a single parent.
Well,
And it's
I,
crazy.
I, I, I just, it's all over the place. And then, like, when I do calm down, I'm dreaming, and I don't dream that often, but that's when I get those messages. And I wouldn't even call it like a dream. Dreams are different than the messages I get. And I think that must be because my mind is calm
Hmm.
during the deep sleep. And I can,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm clearly hearing it. Um,
Do you have to write
but
it down?
I have written things down, yes. Now, this Nancy Guthrie thing, I've actually been making recordings because I'm like, I'm telling you, I mean, well, when they wouldn't listen to me, um, I enlisted about the 610 road. I just started recording everything when I was getting the messages. But I've done that. But yes, I wish my mind could calm down a little more. That would be good. But you say collagen helps. Maybe I need to start taking
Call it. Well,
collagen.
I mean, seriously, because it's the lubricant for your brain.
Hmm.
And when we stop producing it, or we're just not producing it, like, you know, hysterectomy, menopause, the whole nine yards. And I really, honest to God, thought it was Alzheimer's. So, I mean, I would never have been able to do an investigation. I wouldn't have been able to retain it, right? If I didn't have equipment, I would never have heard what was happening around me.
True. Hmm.
And so, yeah, I would have had to have a voice recorder going the whole time on the hope that something would get tired of trying to get through all the noise and, you
Well,
know,
there's a lot of noise, and now I mean the menopause thing. Yes, after I mean, like I've not too far in the. I mean, like I just kind of went through all that, and I just started out thought I was going crazy. Like I couldn't think. Like
yeah,
I could not remember things. Like I would be looking at a sandwich or something, and I can't remember the name of it, and I'm like I'm going crazy. But
it feels like crazy.
I went in and got tested, and they were like, "You are like off the charts, negative on all everything." So I
Yeah.
am patient now, and it's 100% better. But I'm not taking collagen, so maybe that's something I need to do.
Well, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, it's not something that's going to hurt you.
So,
And, just, I'll send you a link later for what a friend of mine that has had a lot of injuries and needs to keep everything lubricated
hmm
as a result uses. I'll send it to you and you can see what you think about it. I just started taking it, so I don't have I don't know what it's going to do yet. But I always take collagen, but just needed a different kind of collagen
Okay, well,
with with more
let me
with
know.
more types in it.
We need to lubricate our brains.
Well,
we need our,
it's so
we need
it's it's so crazy. I was I mean, seriously, I could not have done an investigation, but not done a good investigation. I would not have gone to someone's home and, tried to help them at that point because I wasn't able to focus. And in order to communicate that way, I don't need a circus happening in my head. I need to be able to get in tune and, you
And
know, I
that
would never have heard someone.
and that's more from the ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
A
mean,
lot of noise up there.
I probably have it, but Lord, um, I need to stay away from the doctor. Well,
Well, get you some collagen and see what happens.
collagen and see what happens.
But
So
it's really fun because I kind of wonder what it would have been like if I were doing around spirits. But it's in fact, when I was at the Swift Coal House, I was probably moving into this. So that might be because a friend of mine who is a very good, the best psychic I've ever known in my entire life. And he's a healer and he's just wonderful. His name's Mark Foltz. And he was hearing a gentleman and seeing a gentleman and, he just lets us do our thing, you know. And so I think I was hearing somebody named Kenneth. And I'm like, are you here? I mean, I know you're here, but where are you? And so it was a completely different person from whom Mark was talking to. So I was on like a completely different wavelength. And it was so bizarre, so bizarre. And I mean, I would never, ever bet against Mark, ever. But he was not hearing who I was hearing.
right.
And so that was kind of weird. It's
Well,
like I was on a whole different frequency or something.
now that was at Swift Cole's mansion.
Hmm. Yeah.
There's several layers to that. I mean, there's just so much there. One thing that I kept having come through was I was seeing like a British soldier, and then it was combining with our equipment. And on the like the Tempest, we started having words come through that were like British words and like names of cities. I can't remember what they were. Something Glastonbury, or there was like some.
Oh, yeah.
It was just very strange, and I've never had like British names of cities come through on the Tempest. And I was getting a British soldier coming through. He was so strong. And then the REM pod lit up by the fireplace, red.
Hmm.
And then the Tempest said fire. And then somebody was doing Estes and she yelled out fire.
Oh,
And
wow.
and I just kept thinking this is like some sort of British soldier or something. There was something. But anyway, I didn't know the history. But that area, if you go over to Tin Top, there's that
Hmm.
big bell. There's a big bell there.
Hmm.
And it was actually dredged up from a ship that sank. And it had
Yeah.
to do with the British. It was a British ship. And it has sank in a hurricane right there at the mouth of the Bon Secours River.
Hmm.
And so that's exactly where that the bell was dredged up where this ship had sank. And at the Bon Secours, the home, it went all the way where Tin Top is. That was their
Hmm.
yard.
Yeah.
So I felt like that was possibly like a British ship, in the Mobile Bay that had sank and there was fire.
Yeah.
And there's just, yeah, so much, so many layers to that place. British soldiers, in American Indian, you've got, just all kind of stuff. And then the Swifts and the Coles and oh, there goes my life. Um, but Mr. Coles, I am not sure he likes me.
Really?
And I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know.
What makes you think he doesn't?
Well, because Susan, she told me, she said go into his office, because they've got the office closed,
Hmm.
and you just walk through there. And when I walked through there, he had all this artwork in there because he was an art collector
Yeah.
and antique collector, and um, I was looking through all of it, and it was quite the eclectic collection of artwork. Did you go into that office part?
Yeah, I did.
So I don't know. I was just kind of getting a bad vibe for some reason. But anyway, when I left, when I turned the doorknob, something pinched my finger, like hurt my finger, like
Oh
somebody
my gosh.
pinched it. And I said, "Mr. Coles, is that you?" I said, "Please don't pinch my finger." I said, "I love your house." And I respect your artwork. I am not trying to cause trouble. So, I think he almost like pinched, like scolded me or something. You know how somebody will, pinch somebody?
Yeah,
I don't know. So that was weird too.
that is weird.
But I think I'll
You
start
know,
this
I
for sure.
think I would like to do an Estes session there. I didn't even think about trying that. Of
Now,
course, we just had it for the day.
were you guys
So,
by yourself? There goes my light. I'm sorry. The light keeps
oh,
going.
you're fine.
I don't know what's, it's a short in the thing.
But it was my investigation buddy Lori Dorsey and Mark Fultz, and we just went for the day. And they were in there working, and we were just in there investigating and wandering through, and it was it was good, but it
I
was
love,
interesting.
I love that house. And, we like every time he would knock, we would ask him to knock, and he would knock, and then the wood would. But the night though we spent the night, we didn't actually investigate the whole night. I was exhausted. uh,
That happens.
I had actually been kind of sick. I forgot what was wrong, but something had happened, and I had been sick, and we slept on that bed
Hmm.
downstairs on top of the covers. She said, "Well, you can just sleep." I don't think I moved, but we didn't have anything happen to us at all. And I was actually hoping something would happen. You know,
Right.
um, Susan. That's it, and it's Susan Swift.
Hmm.
Okay, so I was trying to remember, and I was hoping Susan would, appear in the bedroom there or something. Something would happen, but nothing happened. Nothing.
Well, you were
That
probably so tired you wouldn't have known if it did, girl.
I was so tired. Yeah. Yes, I was. And there goes my light.
I see it.
I was so tired. I didn't even eat brunch at the Tin Top. I just came on home.
Oh, that's tired.
That's tired.
That is too tired.
That's really tired.
But
But I think I've
what
been,
day was it that you were going home?
what day? Sunday.
Oh, oh, that's their big blowout.
Yeah, yeah, the brunch. Like it's New Orleans.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. So I usually try to go and grab the lunch specials during the week. I don't go too often on Sunday because everybody leaves church and goes there on Sunday.
Now, yeah, it was, but it was so good anyway.
Yeah, it is good food.
And I saw people
So
Bloody Marys and stuff, and but I didn't have one of those. But they looked good.
they are good. Just gonna tell you, they are good.
Are good. Now
Well,
I have a question. I see you have a little alien behind you.
I do.
So, what's your thoughts on aliens
Oh,
that are?
uh, they are for real. I mean, I do. I do another show called Fate Magazine Radio, on
Hmm.
Sunday nights. And Fate magazine has been in publication since 1948. And the very first cover story in Fate magazine was the Kenneth Arnold story, the man that first saw craft, and they became saucers because he said, well, there were seven of them that looked like saucers. They were, you know, they just went right by me. So that's why we call them flying saucers. And so I have always, when I was in going into seventh grade, we had, I saw something in the sky, and my dad and was National Guard, airborne. And so they had a jump that day, and everybody was over at our house grilling out and whatnot. And I saw something in the sky that wasn't moving. And they were like, well, and you couldn't hear it. If it was a helicopter or something, I mean, I've watched them jump out of them all day. I knew what they were. So, yeah, that was my first time to see something. And when I said, what is that? And they all turned around and looked at it. And then they looked at each other. And then they looked at me. And my dad said, that's a helicopter. I was like, no, it's not.
But it
I
wasn't.
want, it wasn't. And so that night there were lights in our backyard behind us. And I just pulled the covers over my head because I didn't know what that was. And I knew that that wasn't good. And, my parents weren't coming. My sister was sound asleep. She never moved. And so I just, my reaction was to cover my head. I
Yeah.
mean, to hide from whatever that was, which was a weird reaction, really, because lights. So, fast forward to now, and I go to UFO conferences. In fact, in April, I'm going to be going to Eureka Springs, Arkansas for their UFO conference. The Ozark Mountain Publishing Company does that. And so, and I try to go every year. I think it's a really cool conference, and it's very up close. You get to have real conversations with people. It's not like alien kind of stuff where you can't get to the people talking. They're very much gate kept. So, but it's a great conference too. I mean, that one is good for experiencers because they have a lot of group sessions for that. But I just love the UFO information and the the work that's going into that now, and the acknowledgement really that this is a thing, because it is. And so that's why I had a blue alien, and he bit the big one, or somebody bit him. And it was devastating. It really was. It was devastating because I've done Fate magazine for 5 years, and I've done this show for 10 years. And so it's just kind of like, you know, weird that I'm still here, really. I love it. It's just I
And
got hacked on I got hacked so bad, and I lost Facebook, um I lost everything. I lost my email. I lost all kinds of stuff. It took forever to recover my email because I'd had it forever. But I got it back. But I didn't get my Facebook back. I had to create a whole different, thing. So that's very frustrating. And whoever did it, I don't know what they posted, but it must have been a doozy because it was a big deal.
how did you?
And hmm?
I mean, how did you? What happened? Somebody posted something on your Facebook.
Well, it must have been because I was there. I got up the next morning and said, your Facebook has been deleted for content, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what? And and I mean, there was no, and they said, you're banned for life.
And but you didn't post it. Somebody did.
No, somebody did something. And
Okay.
so, I was just like, well, this is just weird. So when I went back and I was like trying to talk to them, and they're like, no, you're not getting, so workarounds, you
That's
know.
sad that they can. I mean, that you got deleted because you
Hmm.
didn't post anything.
Yeah. but I couldn't prove. I mean, I never got a chance to prove
Mm.
that I didn't. I mean, because they could have looked at IP addresses, they could have done whatever, and they were just like, it was just immediate. Like I woke up one morning and it was gone. So that was weird. That was really weird.
When did that happen?
2 years ago, maybe. It hasn't been very long.
That's crazy.
So I went from having like, thousands of followers and friends and everything. I lost all of that. So it was bizarre. And it was really very sudden.
Hmm.
I mean, I just was blown away. And I had been doing just audio only, like StreamYard, not StreamYard. I can't remember the name of that. Carl, what's the name of that platform? But Spreaker, Spreaker.com. And I mean, they're still out there, but it's just the way. And you can't be mad because you can't do anything about it. You just go and do what you can after.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did.
Hmm.
And what I really hated was, the friendships that I had built up over the years. And, you know, it's taken a while for them to understand that, they thought I died. A lot of people thought I died. And I'm like, no, I'm still kicking so far. So, yeah, but when I came back on, I it was like, hi, this is me. Hi,
Oh,
this is me.
yeah.
And
That's
it
crazy.
was it was crazy. And, you know, you live and you learn. You just I never
Was this
I back everything up now.
was it a business page or?
It was my personal page and my show pages.
Hmm.
Everything that was relevant and tied to my person there.
Oh
It
gosh.
was wild. Yeah, it was nuts. So it was now I just, you know, back up stuff and keep up with stuff, and which was really fun when I got ADHD.
Oh,
So it was just like, ah.
crazy.
So it's just the most bizarre thing. But it was a learning curve. I just I don't do a whole lot, but I have friends that show up and listen, and they'll listen, during the week. They'll hit my YouTube or whatever, and oh, this was that. So you may get questions later, but it's just really bizarre and fun, and never gonna hopefully go through that again.
All right.
No,
Well,
you
I
can say that's not paranormal, but it looks
that's
paranormal as all get out.
some kind of short then.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's really fun.
Well, going back to the aliens.
What else do you want to know?
Well, when I think people, certain people. I'm just open to it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen, right? And
Right?
I've had so many experiences that people really would think I'm crazy, you know. Um,
Not anymore, really.
but like when I was 16 or 17. I can't remember. Maybe 16, 17, 18. I was in I was in high school, and I took ballet, and I was on the way. I can't remember if it was junior year, senior year, but I was on my way to ballet practice. And and we have to go through this long, winding, excuse me, country road, to get to the city of Gardendale back
Oh,
then.
okay. That's where my dad grew up.
Okay, so I was on Fieldstown Road, and this was before
Hmm.
they developed all these houses everywhere.
Right.
But anyway, so I was going and I looked up in the sky and to my left, and there was just this really weird, big, bright white light, kind of like a saucer. And it was
Right.
to my left, and it was just like hovering in the sky. Now I am literally in the middle of nowhere, feeling like, and I was like, the first thought was, oh my God, that's like a UFO. And I just kept driving and driving. And
Yeah.
I LA, and I was like, oh my gosh, everybody, I just saw a UFO. And they literally like ostracized me. I was
No way. Oh my gosh.
weren't my friends anymore. I was just like exiled from
That's awful.
ballet because they thought I was crazy. But the crazy thing about it is the next morning, it was the headline, when we still had newspapers,
Mm-hmm.
headline on the Birmingham News that these strange, like UFO lights had been seen in Fife, Alabama. Do you know anything about the Fife?
Yes.
So,
Yes, I do.
and
Was that same period?
it was the same night. So
Get out.
the light that I saw in Gardendale, this it looked exactly like it was in Fife, Alabama. I mean, it was on. Apparently, lots of people saw that. This,
Lots of people saw. They actually have a day celebrating it in Fife now every year.
and I guess that was 1988 or 89 or something.
Hmm.
And yeah, it was like in the paper, and it was on, like, I remember, like, Channel 6 or whatever we were.
Yeah.
They
Tom York.
they did a, you know last night there were, lights shining, and the, like, people have seen UFOs, like, but see, everybody just thought I was crazy.
Did
um
they ever come around after they found out that that was,
so I
a real thing?
graduated and just got out of there. Graduated high school. I
Yes.
So don't look back, right? But but any
That's fascinating.
but that's my only UFO experience. And I can't say for sure that was UFO, but it looked exactly like the pictures that were on the front page of the Birmingham News the next morning, and
Yeah.
the Fox or Channel 6 or whatever it was. And so yeah. So it's like,
That's crazy. You're the only person I've talked to that actually saw that.
well, I think we're just so open, these things happen to us.
Hmm.
It's just, I don't know, we're like on a different, I just feel like I work on a different, like, frequency or something,
Yeah.
and things
Yeah.
will present. Now I don't want to see one, like, up close. Anything like that.
Yeah.
Case.
Well, they're trippy. I mean, people that go through that really don't have great after experiences. It's getting better, but I mean, I've talked to people who have had implants, and the implant pattern, I didn't know it. Um, I knew what a friend of mine had said they had, and then I was in an experiencer group, and that same pattern was shared in a presentation that it had been embedded in somebody else. It was like three pieces of something that was in them
Really?
in in a pattern. And so that's when I realized that this is pretty real. I mean, because these people were not even in the same parts of the country. They were, I don't know who the other person was, but the presenter, the mediator of this experiencer group, was talking about how this pattern was not unusual, that this was not the only person that had had it, that it was um, something that showed up frequently after encounters.
Yeah,
And
that's What does it
That
look
tripped me
like?
out.
Three lines on your skin, or
No, this was just like little pieces of metal of some type that were embedded in their, well, in one case, a leg,
did they
and
actually
it was a runner
ray? Can they see the metal?
in an X-ray.
Did they?
I mean,
I hope they had it taken out.
most people don't because I have been told that it moves.
Hmm.
And a friend of mine that's a producer for a really, really famous show was present in a somebody that had this, but it was like in their face.
Oh God.
Went to go have it removed, and it ran from the scalpel.
Oh my
The
God.
doctor kept trying to get it, and it kept going away, moving.
That's horrifying.
It is horrifying.
Well,
That's why I wouldn't, if that were to ever happen to me, I would probably just leave it alone because nobody really knows why they have them, what they are, but they don't seem to cause harm. So I would probably, if that happened to me, I would probably just leave it
yeah.
and wonder why I was one of the people that got it. That would trip me out a little bit.
Well, I don't know. I don't follow the UFO stuff, a lot or anything like that. But I just had that one experience as a high schooler, and
Yeah.
I was made to feel like an idiot, but it was in the paper the next day, and I'm like, yeah,
And then they were the idiots.
yeah.
So
But I haven't ever followed it. Maybe I don't follow it because I am. I mean, I'm scared of it. Like I don't want to get an implant, and I don't
well,
know.
it's not an unrealistic fear. I mean, because it's an unknown. It's obviously got intelligence that we don't have as far as having developed means of transportation to accomplish being here. And, it's, and there are people that have just kind of disappeared for a while. Usually they come back. But, there are real abductions. And so it does lend lend itself to being afraid,
Yeah, yeah.
so I think that I think it's not an unreasonable fear. I don't think it's something that should be a, all consuming fear. I mean, it's
Uh,
not that kind of a thing,
like try to
but it,
stay away. I don't follow it. I think if I started
yeah,
feeling
I,
that much, then yeah, I would develop like, oh my gosh.
I think you would not because the more that I've done it, um, the more interesting it is that the more ridiculous it is that we're not trusted with the information that's out there.
See, I
There's a lot of information out there. And it's
don't,
just so annoying that the government.
you know.
I'm back. I'm sorry. I just disappeared. But that was me. It wasn't the aliens. But
But like, why? Oh, I mean, why are they just keeping it from us? I mean, they're just afraid everybody's gonna panic, or
yes,
ridiculous though that they're
they are afraid that
they're.
people are going to panic because what are they going to do if we do? I think that film, remember War of the Worlds, the Orson
Mhm.
Welles story? I really think that was a trial run and we failed. People jumped out of freaking windows thinking that this was real. And so I think that that's why our government does not release that information because they tried it once and it didn't work.
I don't know. It's odd, but there
Well,
are. Um, yeah, there's just too much, and I mean, and you've got like people, military people, and people talking to Congress and everything else about what they've seen. I just wish they would just let us know. I mean, then
All of the people that you saw testifying in Congress are very credible and smart witnesses
hmm
who really either have experienced it themselves, um, like the fighter pilots, right?
yeah, all that
That
footage.
was that was as real as it gets. That really was as real as it gets. And these are trained observers. These are trained people. These are people trained to recognize a threat and take it out.
Right.
And these people did not fire on those craft. And in that particular instance, that it's happened twice. It happened with the Roosevelt group in the Atlantic before it happened in the Pacific. And when it happened in the Atlantic, it was very hush hush, and it was um, it was really bizarre because it just it was crazy. And so when they got started, are you still there? Carl, did we lose her?
No, she's got her camera off.
Ah,
She'll be back.
okay. So we haven't lost her. She's still there. She's trying to get back. She's sitting in the dark. And I am trying to get this to work back again. But when I was talking about that, it's so interesting because no one would ever have thought that was a real thing. And
Now we lost her.
okay, well, she probably just realized that something was screwy with her system. But I am going to just go ahead and say that the stuff that happened in the Atlantic and the stuff that happened in the Pacific, and I'm trying to get this thing off of here. But that was something that there were fleets of the craft that we don't know what they were in both instances. And there still are fleets when that stuff goes on. And there's Lesley.
I
Hey.
sitting here and it went out. So
Well, I was just saying that in all of those instances, that it was there were fleets of craft, both in
yeah,
the Atlantic and the Pacific, and they weren't readily visible, right? I mean, they were like hazy in the Atlantic. They could not ascertain what was there. They didn't have the radar developed yet that they used in the Pacific
mm.
with the Nimitz group. But it was just really a thing. And if you come back, we'll talk about UFOs more because we're out of time.
Yeah, the UFO thing. I want to go like that conference you're talking about. That sounds really interesting.
Well, I will give you. I have a bed. You can go to Arkansas with me. I have a spare bed in my room, but because usually my friend Lori goes with me, but she's bought that condo in Gulf Shores and she's fixing it up and she's not traveling right now.
Okay.
But it's yeah, we can. I'll hook you up with the different ones, and we can. This one really is the best one just to meet people and to learn stuff, because the others are really, really big and a lot of information all at one time. And they can be overwhelming to start with because you don't know where to go. But like the one in California that I love, the, Alien Con, not Alien Con, Contact in the Desert, but Alien Con is the Ancient Aliens guys. But Contact in the Desert is everybody. But I got to have a session with the Crystal Skull there the last time I was out there.
Oh wow.
And that was cool.
that was very cool. And the man just gifted it to me. The man that owns the
Oh, wow.
crystal.
That's good. That's crazy.
It was cool. I mean, it was not something that was on my, checklist for that. Wasn't on my card,
It just,
but it was still cool.
oh,
But I have to tell you how impressed I am with you, because I know that you had the day from Hades
that's crazy.
and you're still here. So thank you for that.
I'm here. Hey, when I commit to something, I commit to something. I've just been,
Well,
I've just been ragged today. I just haven't stopped. And
yeah.
my son did just show up, came upstairs and goes, "Mom, I'm hungry."
Well, go feed him. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this, and I will come and play with you. I would love to come to one
Oh,
of your events.
you need to. We're doing that Atrox. We're doing Atrox Factory again, March 13th.
Well, I used to work there, volunteer, and I I would love to go and do like a real investigation. I did do an investigation, but it was kind of subterfuge. But yeah, I would love to come and do it.
We did it last the 13th, February 13th, and we got a disembodied piano, and the dead bell went off at the same time in unison. But that place is haunted. We've got recorded disembodied voices. They're like men talking. They're like, "Hey," it's crazy. We've tried to debunk it. We've looked everywhere. There's nothing that could be causing those
Well,
voices come through like that.
I used to get to monster some, as well as doing my, volunteering for the cheerleaders thing. But being a monster there is so much fun. And except for the fact that as everybody came through, kid wise, I was gross. I had hair flopped over with blood and blah, blah, blah,
Uh,
without fail. Oh, look, it's Miss Hobson.
oh, they would recognize
I
you.
was like, shut up. So, yeah, but there has been so many. I mean, the UAB football team came through head to ass all the way through, because
Ah,
they were just, and they came over the thing because I was a clown that night, and they said, get the girls up because the UAB football team is coming through and they are a freight train. They never slowed down the whole time.
never.
So that was fun. But you know, there's a lot of fear that has happened there. And fear is energy. And
Mm, I-
so whatever else is there would have been fed by that and grown over time. I really believe that's how that works. So
It's a lot there.
yeah. And what day was it that you're going to be there?
We'll be there. It's a public investigation. It is and Atrox is selling the tickets. It's March 13th, Friday the 13th.
Well, I will come to that. I don't think I have anywhere else I'm going to be. So I will get with you on where to get a ticket and all that other good stuff.
Okay.
So I
Sounds
think that would be great.
sounds good.
Do you bring your own equipment?
Oh, you can bring your own. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I mean, we provide, tons of equipment, but bring your own if you have it.
Do you like your dead bell?
I do. You just have to turn it down because if not, it just kind of picks up everything.
Right.
But I like it because it will. You can tell if you're just kind of getting false readings and it's going off. But if you got it turned down and you are asking specific questions like ring the bell 3 times, or it does it when you're really communicating with something
Right.
or
Well, I
something.
used one. They had one at the Basin Inn Hotel up in Arkansas, Eureka Springs. And we did an investigation up there last year, and they had a bell. And that was very effective, and it was pretty responsive.
It was, I mean, I love it. I really do. I mean, I use it, and I've got the spirit candle that I use too now.
Okay.
So the dead bell and the spirit candle. So I like both of those. If this paranormal investigation equipment wasn't so darn expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? If it works, it's worth it.
So it's really cool. Well, I guess we're out of time, and I guess I need to go try to find Colin some food.
Feed that child.
He's gonna starve to death. So, but I am so glad we got to talk.
I am too. And, I have wanted to do this for a long time. I'm glad it worked out.
Well, just I'm here, and then we've got our other team members too. If you ever want to talk to them,
I will. I will get with you to get with them. So thanks.
okay.
All
Well,
right.
you send me the link to this so I can post it on Facebook and
We'll do
so
that. And just thanks again.
you're welcome. I mean, I loved it.
Me
Always
too.
wanting to talk.
Well, next time we will do it on a slower day for you.
Well, I'm glad I made it here.
I am too. So,
I'm like running around, but I made it.
Yeah.
So,
well, be
okay.
safe.
You
And
too.
take care.
I will see you soon. Bye bye.
Yes. Bye. And for everyone listening, thank you so much. We will talk to you next time. Same cat time, same cat channel. Good night.